And so we say another big welcome today, as we said, to bring to you issues we always talk about. Coming to you live here from our studios here in Lagos, Nigeria, wherever you are, watching us across the globe this moment. And we are talking about Lagos today. And like you know, like we do, we talk nothing else but that which has to do with policies, programs, action plan, activities and operations of the state government as it affects governance in the state. So today we'll be taking a look at empowerment scheme in Lagos State. Of course, looking at the narrative of good governance and, of course, Mr. Governor's commitment and dedication, passion to say that, look, in spite of all that is happening, we are looking at changing the narrative. The NSAS came and gone, or so to speak, NSAS protests came and gone, leaving behind gory tales that we don't want to talk about. Again, we don't want to recall at any time. We're talking about peace at this point, talking about engagement at this point, talking about the need to Georgia and look at how we can come about resolving issues. Let's say that it came, yes, it happened, but it's thing of the past and we must move on. But Mr. Governor did say that in moving on, in that drive of Georgian Peace Initiative, that all those who are victims of these unfortunate outcome of the NSAS protest will be compensated. And one body, and I did ask my guest when she came, how do we classify her out? I mean, do we say Lagos State Employment Trust Fund is an agency, a department, or a ministry of government? That's just by the side. Don't mind me, but we know that it should fall under an agency of government, judging by the activity. But she will have to explain all of that. But it is the responsibility of the Lagos State Employment Trust Fund, as so directed by Mr. Governor, that those who are victims of these unfortunate incidents of NSAS protest will be compensated via their own platform. And that's why today we are so glad to have with us the Executive Secretary of the Lagos State Employment Trust Fund in the person of Mrs. Tejumola Abisoye. We say a very big welcome. A very big welcome.
Thank you. Good afternoon, and it's good to be here with you, sir.
We know you've gone round. You've been doing this to actually sensitize, educate, inform, let Lagosians understand the nitty-gritty of how this is applicable to them. But let's start by first asking, how do we classify your agency?
We're an agency of Lagos State government. We actually work on the directive of the Ministry of Wealth Creation and Employment, but we have an independent board that is stakeholders from the private sector, civil society, and young people to drive the strategy and affairs of the fund. So that's why you people get a bit confused.
You see, some people will say, is it a World Bank body or institution, so that we can really understand. But for those who are in doubt, that's why I'm asking that question.
No problem.
All right, back to the issue. Mr. Governor has so directed that Lagosians who are unfortunate victims of this unfortunate situation will be compensated via your agency, and that a lot of them should go online, and we have this online that they can log in the portal so that they can connect, and a lot of people have been doing that. Have you been receiving any of these funds that you so requested by Lagosians?
Thank you. So as of yesterday evening, at the last download, we had 3,100.
Wow.
100 plus applications.
3,100 plus applications.
Yes, of people that have come to register to make claims about being vandalized or looted during these past few days on the incidences that happened during the curfew. So yes, we've been receiving applications. Our role or remit is to to structure the way the government supports
Bless you.
The businesses that have been affected. And what we've done is set up a steering committee in partnership with the private sector, so that first of all, we can raise additional funding to meet everybody so that no one is left behind. The funding is then managed by a steering committee made up of partners from the private sector and organizations or NGOs that their focus has been MSME development in Nigeria. So apart from the financial institutions supporting us like Access Bank, Polaris, First Bank, we have the steering committee also consists of Faith Foundation, Enterprise Development Center, we have Endeavor Nigeria, we have Wimbies, we have Wishka, we have other youth representatives, so that we make sure that the steering committee then decides, based on the evaluation brought to us by the verification partners, what the claims that will be paid to each business is.
If we must get it right, I want to first say we commend your initiative, your vision, your mission, your core values, and the policy trust with which you operate. But I want to critique here that some say that it has always been difficult. Some say that it has not been that easy for them to be able to access that which they should by virtue of the mandate given to you as an agency of government. How true is that statement?
So I would first of all beg to differ, because what you then find is that some people are of the opinion that they're more like that we were structured to just give grants. We're not structured to give grants.
They are of the opinion you are structured to give grant, but that is not true.
That's not what we do. Okay. We're structured to support existing businesses, viable existing businesses, to increase productivity so that they can employ more people. Remember, our mandate, our core mandate, is to create jobs and wealth for the people of Lagos State. And we do it 3 strategic ways, or 4 if you say. Is the first one MSME support, which is providing...
Micro, small and medium enterprise?
Yes, micro, small and medium enterprises. We provide low interest rate to these viable businesses, support them with the money without any form of formal collateral, so that they can have access to finance, affordable financing for their business. In addition to this, we then provide advisory services, HR, legal, accounting, bookkeeping, and in some cases, formalization. So if you're not a viable business and you apply to the LSCTF, the odds are definitely against you, because we're not going to just give money to just anything. It has to be viable, because we're structured to be sustainable. And that's by taking business decisions and not just...
That will ensure the sustenance of why you are created.
Yes. So that's just one of the programs. The second program is where we train people to take skills, to actually do, take up skills that are for jobs that are available in the market. We do this in partnership with different development agencies, including the UNDP, GIZ, and the United States African Development Foundation. People apply to this, but there's an assessment structure to make sure that you are, first of all, fit for the skill you want to do. And then you know, in some cases, there are certain things that a human being should have. And so, for example, if you want to be a machinist in the garment construction industry, there's something called the dexterity test, which tests your hand and eye coordination for you to be a machinist. If you go through that assessment and you can't pass it, there's no point spending money to train you to be a machinist.
When you cannot actually meet the requirement,
you will struggle.
Basics.
You will struggle.
So you do that.
So we do the assessments before we begin the training. And of course, when people get rejected, we do offer them other platforms, alternative skills that they are better suited to. But most times, some people have made up their mind about what they want to learn, and then they feel it's difficult to benefit from the LSCTF.
Well, we know that there is a deadline for you concerning this, which Mr. Governor has just directed. So what qualifies anyone? How do we determine, how do we sift out the shaft from the wheat in terms of the genuineness of those who are going to benefit from this application that you've said in line with Mr. Governor's directive?
Okay. So people are applying. What we want to do is we're sending out verification partners to verify the claims they have made as the issues they're having with their vandalization and their looting. So it's very important that it's not just based on a 100% payout claim. It will be verified and evaluated against markets. So it's not everybody is going to get, most people are not going to get 100% of their claims. But for the vulnerable and underserved areas, we want to not only make sure that they get their claims, but their businesses are back on track. because most of them, this is their livelihoods, and also the dependents are relying on this business.
So, if I understand your narrative very well, Madam Executive Secretary, there is the need to do some assessment as well.
There's verification. It's more of a verification. And
how long will it
evaluation.
take you to do that, given the fact of the huge amount of applications that you've gotten?
So
3,100 plus. More may still come before the end of today, and you have a deadline for Friday.
Yes, we do. So what we're doing is we've split the verification amongst different verification partners now, and they're already on the field. So we have people who have already been verified in Surulere, in Fagba, in Lekki, Etiosa. So we do have different groups working on the field right now. And the idea is to be able to ramp up and provide reports on a daily basis. So by the end of today, whatever has been verified will quickly, there'll be a decision on how much to pay for those claims, for the ones that have already been verified on a daily basis.
Do I need to know anybody, or is strictly going to be on the basis of transparency as indicated by Mr. Governor?
It is fully transparent. It's on a first come, first served basis, but at the same time, we're taking into consideration where it is localized. So where an incident happened within a complex, we can do all the evaluations at once and make sure that those businesses are supported immediately at once as well. You don't need to know anybody. Please fill out the form and just wait for that communication from our verification partner contacting you for availability. Today, the report they gave me, some people are saying they're not available for verification. You see, that would delay because they will finish before they go back to those ones. So those are the...
No, we need to get a clarification here, Madam Executive Secretary. Some are saying, even where they have been privileged now, they are saying they are not available.
Yeah.
So they cannot blame government
as
for
of
whatever
today,
shortcomings coming their way.
it would delay their
own time.
Because they would go on, and until they finish,
they won't wait for them
come back.
until they are done before they come back. So no one can be blamed for that but them.
No, nobody.
So, but the transparency does not cut. I mean, it's clear that there is no whether bias involved in any of these.
None at all. What we will be publishing on our dashboard will be funds raised, number of applications received, number of applications verified, number of applications disbursed. On a daily basis, we'll be publishing that. We are going to be starting, I'm hoping we finish.
How do you classify the publication? Is it by way of areas? You know, there is Surulere, there is Akpakpa, there is Amuwo, Dofin, there is Ikorodu, there is Ikeja. Are you classifying that benefits in that order? That processes in that order?
So we did do the application analysis in order of local government.
Okay, fantastic.
So we will be able to give information per local government. And
I am asking so that they will know. They
yes,
begin
we
to
will
ask wrong questions.
We will be able to publish per local government. We will be able to publish generally, but we can also publish per local government. It's not a challenge because we are already analyzing our data per local government.
And it also has nothing to do with ethnicity. That are you Yoruba, are you Igbo, are you Calabar, you know, maybe different. No, I'm just saying so that people will know that this is an open thing. It's not anything that has anything hidden underneath. So your explanation, clarification.
You just have, your business just needs to be resident in Lagos.
They must have Lastra then.
No, your business.
Okay.
You are doing your business in Lagos. So every business that is based in Lagos that was affected is entitled to this recovery fund. Is not based on the ethnicity of the promoter or the owner of the business. It's the business that is the location of the business that matters.
And we cannot give any time frame to it as we speak.
No, the fund is going to be live as of today. What I can say is that the fund is going to be alive for the next 3 to 6 months maximum.
Between now and 6 months.
Maximum. We want to have finished every claim. We need to have disbursed everything before the end of 6 months.
Oh, that's good news. I think you can hear, Madam Executive Secretary, that God willing, or as planned, everything should be between now and the next 6 months. So, which means they should be glad that this is coming at this time to say that good news, that under 6 months, give or take, they will be receiving this support from the government to achieve to continue with what has happened.
Yes, we do want to have finished disbursing each claim in the next 3 months. So 6 months is just us stretching it.
Just like, that's what I'm saying. Just 6 months is just to give all things being equal.
Yes.
That you're targeting 3 months.
Yes.
That all things being equal, you're looking at 6 months maximum, just in case anything goes wrong. Now, the issue of palliative is another concern here. Are you also similarly concerned with palliative concern to the people? We understand you also do give support in that regard, do you? Or what has palliative got to do with your own setting?
No.
Is there any way?
So are you talking about? No. So LSCTF has not been, we are not responsible, and we've not been part of distribution or providing food palliatives for Lagosians. But we had we have an approved program, which was post-COVID, which is called the Lagos Economic Acceleration Program, which basically was...
Can you please take that again, madam? I'm sorry, I need you to be
problem.
very emphatic and let them know and hear you clear. The Lagos Economic, what did you
Acceleration Program. So basically, post-COVID, we recognized the need for businesses during the lockdown that had been affected by the lockdown to get some financial assistance to help them get back on track. So we had approved, the board had approved that program for us to execute, which we had started. So what you saw us launch, we launched about a month now in partnership with the First Bank, 5 billion naira fund to support the education sector because they were badly affected by the lockdown. So we wanted schools who needed loans to quickly access that and be able to get back their staff into classrooms, infrastructure, everything for schools to be able to start again. So this same program has other sectors in the works. So agriculture, tourism is ready and live as well. This has already been announced. So where we're actually supporting businesses in the tourism and hospitality sector. We have renewable energy. So we're supporting all these businesses, basically agriculture for businesses to come back on track immediately. That program is live, and we had started launching them one at a time.
I will give you an opportunity for people to reach you.
Okay.
How can they reach you, madam, given all these bountiful measures of schemes in place for the good people of the state? How will they reach you so that they can really take advantage? Most of them are asking questions.
Okay.
I want you to look at your camera and talk to them.
Okay, so you can reach us first through our call center if you are able to. The number is 01-7000-969. Or you can reach us through our liaison offices. We have 26 liaison offices across Lagos State. In different local governments. They're all situated within the local government facilities, and we have an office space in 26 local governments. But if not, if you need a number for the nearest liaison office, please call our call center on 01-7000-969. That's the best. And if you need to reach us online and you have access to the internet, it's lsctf.ng. On all our social media handles, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn at LSCTF.
And that's just it. Now, we understand tomorrow is the final day that you are wrapping up, and that is to say that by tomorrow you are concluding all that has to do with opportunities that are open to those who are victims of these NSAS protests. Am I correct?
Yes, sir, because we need to be able to finalize our own report in terms of the volumes, in terms of industry, in terms of numbers, so that we, first of all, conclusion would determine. So we're trying to raise money for this fund. It's not just Lagos State, it's also the private sector. That direction, it guides how much we're really trying to raise. Today we've set ourselves a base of 2.5 billion. We hope to be able to get to 5 billion. It will be because that way we leave nobody behind. And
with 5 billion,
everybody will be able to have some level of compensation.
Everybody
that has applied genuine claims will be
underline genuine claims.
Yes.
How do you verify a case that is genuine and the one that is not? You will know.
We have asked local verification partners who would go to see it.
That's right.
Evidence, will be tracked through not just the site. So even if you have a burnt shop, what was inside the shop? Did you pay for inventory? How did you pay for that inventory? Those kind of evidence where people don't keep books. Who is your neighbor? Who is your next? What association do you belong to? Who knows you?
Don't you think that would be a great challenge for some of these people who are those who are just, they're not that learned, some of them,
Yes.
you know that. Don't you think that would be a challenge?
But even
for
in
them?
the market, they know each other. Remember that. So even if you claim that you sell pepper in the market, at least all the other pepper sellers should know you.
Fantastic.
At least the Iyaloja should know you.
That's correct.
Somebody else must know you and the size of your market. If you are one of the bigger traders, if you are, oh yes, she's a wholesaler, all of us buy from her. People
So
should
that there
know you.
won't be a cheat, you also need to get it right.
We
Okay.
need to.
Okay, so with that measure,
Yes.
you can still be
We,
able
we,
to...
we intend to use that to see how much we can improve results, yes.
I still want you to clear the air about the Lagos State Employment Trust Fund.
Okay.
I at times I don't feel comfortable when we go out there, as journalists and as people who mix with people. They say running one bar, not down alone for 191, things like that. It hurts, and
Yeah.
you try to make them understand it. Mr. Klikile Masotele now, Thomas Ononi, Akile Fesofua. So please, with a very sincere mind,
Yeah.
tell them again that look, this is how it works,
Yeah.
and it is really true.
The Lagos State Employment Trust Fund was established by government in 2016 by law with an independent board. We are driven by our core values: transparency. We're result-oriented. We're accountable. We enable results, and we're very inclusive. And what we say is, look, we don't want to talk about it. We want you to see the actions. So today we have documentaries of beneficiaries that we've supported. We have the list of everybody that has benefited from LSCTF on our website. And we continue to do this. And that's the reason why we believe we have the capacity to execute this program very quickly. Speed matters, we agree with you. But bear with us in terms of verification is also critical, so that we're not cheating people who need this and giving it to people who don't need it. So bear with us, because time is of the essence, we understand that, but we want to verify all of the claims. That is what may delay us a bit, but we would disburse as soon as claims are verified. But this is real, and we seek to do this as quickly as possible in a transparent manner as well.
Well, Madam Executive Secretary, I know I should not take much of your time. You also have another time to meet somewhere at 3:30. But if you must leave us, what will be your parting words?
We're so sorry we've all had to go through this couple of weeks. It's been different, it's been charged, everybody has been unsettled, and then it culminated in this whole vandalism, looting of businesses, and we're sorry everybody has been affected in one way or the other, directly or indirectly. For people who have had to, who are mourning, we understand, we sympathize with you. But for businesses, I believe that once there's life, there is hope. And we will do everything in our capacity at LSCTF to support and make sure that businesses are back up and running as soon as possible.
Merci beaucoup, someone would say in French. We thank you for this honor to have you.
It's a pleasure.
And we also commend Mr. Governor's vision, commitment, passion as a father governor, a passionate governor, a man who walks the talk to give Lagosians that spirit of Laskidi that don't say you give up, but believe that it's possible. We thank you for being there. We thank you so very much.
It's a pleasure to be here.
All right, we'll take another quick break. When we come back today, Muslim faithful all over the world are celebrating Eid al-Maulud, the birth of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. And in this, there are lessons to be learned. There are teachings that must be understood about the symbolic essence of what the life of the Prophet, peace be upon him, represent to humanity and mankind. This will be coming up shortly with my guest, Imam Akim Kusoko, in another short time.